Well, good morning. Mobility Monday. It's from the English countryside. So after Paris, I came over to the UK to spend some time with my family. And we have just had an amazing time together. But I don't want to miss Mobility Monday. So let's just do a lot of this standing, because you can see I'm in the backyard. And we're just going to go ahead and get some really good movement going, starting from the top down. So we're going to go thoracic spine, into the hips, and then finish down with the ankles. Okay, so in keeping with never missing a Monday, let's just keep this on the roll. So the first thing we want to do is just get the feet just outside of shoulder width, and we're going to go ahead and use the yin yang arms. So one arm is going to go low and one arm is going to go high. And we're just going to start that just with very gentle movement. And then we're going to add, so make sure that you're actually employing all of the movement that we're really looking for to make these movements great. Okay? So the first thing is just keeping the spine nice and strong. Just move the arms. Just move the arms, one low, one high. You can feel long through your lat, and you start to feel a little bit of tightness in the side of the body. So right through all of the obliques, you're going to get a little bit of psoas in there as well. So just the arms. Good and good. We'll go back to the arms in just a second, but now we're going to just start with a little bit of rotation. So super simple. You can see the shoulder and hip are moving together. Shoulder and hip, shoulder and hip. So we're starting to get thoracic spine. We've already started that with the yin yang arms. And now let's go ahead and just add the hips. Super simple stuff, just done consistently. Okay, good. Now we're gonna add a little bit of side bend. So from here, let's take both arms to the side, and we're just tick-tocking. And as you turn to the right, you're gonna feel that right inner thigh. And as you go to the left, who knows what you'll feel. I'm feeling a little bit of low back, as well as a little bit of inner thigh. So we start to make that connection between the QL, or that low back muscle that attaches to the bottom rib, as well as the inner thigh, and how they talk to each other. So just nice, easy tick-tocking side to side. Good. Easy peasy. Let's go 4 more of those. 1, 2, 3, good, and 4. And then let's widen that stance out just a little bit. Just make it so you can see my feet, but hopefully you can still hear me well. And we're just gonna go those gentle glides. So we're not going for end range, but just go nice and easy, side to side. Good. 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 And just easy. Start to drop that shoulder in. So if we're gliding to the right, the left shoulder drops to the midline. Right shoulder. Now you start to see how that turn with the thoracic spine and the obliques start to impact and activate the inner thigh in that deceleration and that stopping. So just side to side, nice and easy. Starting to feel those glutes start to wake up. And good. All right, let's go back to the beginning. We're starting to add a little bit here. So we're just gonna go the yin and the yang arms and a side bend. And as we do that, we're gonna load the lateral line. So everything down the side. So right there, start to feel the oblique, the lat, that TFL, all that leads into the IT band. So just adding the arms in that nice side bend, little tick-tock kind of move. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. And then this time, this high hand is right in line with the ears. And that's just gonna really emphasize the stack of the body. And the stack is the ears, the shoulders, the hips. And we're just staying in that very straight line so we can work the lateral fascial line of the body. Good. Let's get that yin hand low. And good. All right. So let's go back to that comfortable wide position, and we'll start to add the glide So if you glide to the right arm is up over the stack, nice and high, but we're starting to rotate that left shoulder in a little bit as we work always to the right. So that low left hand, just get the whole body going there. Good. 8, 9, little side bend. There's the tick-tock move, dropping the shoulder down. And we kind of know we're loading the hip because the spine is staying in one piece. We're not laterally flexing the spine. We're not trying to bend sideways. We're just tipping from the hip, okay? Let's go the other way. So we're gonna glide left and reach left. 3. Starting to feel how when we load the left hip, the right adductor has to respond with that length. Good, and we just do this really gentle. We're not trying to push through any pain or discomfort. We're just taking what the body gives us. 9 and 10 and good. All right, so the next one, we're gonna go into a nice long stride. So length, right leg back, left leg to the front, both toes facing forward. And all we're gonna do here is just that left knee forward over the toe, starting to bring in more ankle mobility here. Good, upper body's just nice and vertical, nice and tall. Knee drive over toe. And you start to see how when we load that left side, the right side length, trying to keep that back heel on the ground. Good. And let's go to that other side. Same thing. Both toes facing forward. That back heel is going to want to be in because this hip typically is going to want to be out. So let's make sure that back heel and toe are in alignment. Nice, big, tall. For me, this left side's pretty tight. So even just staying here for just a second, breathing into it a couple times, and then we can just start moving right knee over right ankle. Good. Good. Great. Sometimes the simplest things is what we need. We don't need really complicated, charismatic, and what do they call it? Choreographied kind of mobility. What you need more than anything is just the simple stuff. Okay, we're gonna work the hip hinge going to the back and the front. You see how stacked my body is now. Nice and straight. There's not tightness in the hips, and the hips aren't automatically into the back seat. From here, let's go ahead. Now we're gonna push the hips into the back seat. Keep the chest up, and then let the hips come just in front of the midline. Just nice and easy, getting a little bit of hamstring and posterior chain. Good. Back and front, long through the spine, long through the chest. Good. There we go. Lots of bird noises here. It's really such a beautiful, quiet place. I think it's a little bit more my space than cities. So this is really a nice way to spend a morning with you guys. Good and good. Now, last week we did those alternating arm reaches. Let's go ahead and keep going with those. So as we're gonna work through the rotation, through the thoracic spine, moving nice and easy, we're adding the weight of the arms and pushing the hips back, and then just come right back. Add the weight of the arm, push back. You notice the palm is up on the reach, and the rotate is through that upper back. Working through the hip rotation, working through the T-spine rotation, and just trying to create as much space between the lead hand and the butt in the back. Reach, reach, Good. And then let's do that same thing with the feet a little bit more at shoulder width. So the first thing we're going to do is just work that hip hinge. So we've got a little bit of an anchored stance. So the outside of the feet are nice and parallel, and just push the feet back. Keep the eyes up and the chest up, and just load that back side of the body. And then we're going to go 2 more of these, and we'll start adding the reaches. Okay, so we go butt back, hand forward, and just that little bit of side to side with the lower body. So just reach and reach and reach. We're doing this whole session today standing up. I don't want to be in the wet grass today. Good. That reach right there, and right hand reach, left butt load. That feels terrific. Same thing other side and side. Good. Let's go back to that wide stance. Now we're taking the hands to the inside of the thighs and just touching the ground and back up. If you can't get to the ground comfortably, you can always put a foam roller underneath you, or you can also just try and go a little wider. Whatever it takes to see if you can get fingertips to the ground. Good. That's it. And then we're going to work one more rotation from this position. If we look at this, this would be called an archer kind of movement, right? So let's go 4 of those from this vertical position, this standing up position. We're going to turn the right hip, turn the right shoulder forward, and pull the left elbow back. And actively pull it back, like activate the upper back as you pull. Good. Now we're going to do that same motion from this position. So fingers to the ground, elbow back, 3, 6, get a little bit of hip in there, 8, 9, and 10. All right, guys, it might be a little shorter. I'm not really too sure. I'm really, really thankful that you wanted to come spend time with me today. Yeah, it's about a 13-minute session, lots of good movement. Good to have different options. I hope you're having a good time. See you later. See you next week. Be back in Boulder. Peace.